The night wind from the hills of Enugu carried the smell of burning firewood and palm wine. Obiora stood beside me on the ridge, his red senator catching the moonlight. We could see the front lights of both our villages below, like rival stars staring down at each other. Obiora, I whispered, will you stand against our fathers, against our ancestors, for me? I held his hands. They were warm against the night chill. For you, I will stand against the gods themselves. But even as he said it, the wind howled suddenly, and the lantern flame between us died. For a moment, I thought I saw masquerades forming in the shadows of the rocks, watching, waiting. I told myself it was just fear. I lied to myself. By morning, my mother waited for me under the udara tree. I could tell she was making ofe ogiri because the aroma was inviting and distracting me. She started telling me a story I'd only half remembered as a child, Allah's vow. She said, long ago, our village and Obiora's village fought over a sacred land. To stop the bloodshed, both the Igwes swore before Allah, the goddess of the earth, that no child of Umuka shall marry a child of Umodi, or the earth itself would rise against them. I tried to laugh it off. I said, Mama, those are old women's tales. But Mama's eyes were wet with tears. They were not laughing. That same night, I went to a dibia to seek for answers and advice. His shrine was hidden deep inside Itu forest. Mama would take me there when I was little, whenever she had an argument with Papa. To my surprise, Obiora tracked me down there. The dibia gave me a red bead charm. He spread white chalk on the floor, cast his cowries, and chanted in a voice like cracking wood. Then he spoke. The vow is alive. If you join your bloodlines, Allah, the spirit that keeps the oath, will come, and it does not forgive. Be warned, my daughter. When he looked up, his pupils had vanished. I felt a shiver run through my bones. I trembled, and still I could not let him go. The next day, we met in Nkwo market, where women swore their arms in heaps and traders shouted over baskets of fresh palm fruits. Ineka, he said, gripping my arm. Let them curse. Let the spirits range. We will run. I believed him. I believed us. He opened up about following me to the Dibia's shrine last night. And suddenly, everything went silent. Even the goats stopped bleating. The noisy market went calm. An old blind woman shuffled towards us with a staff, her garment torn and dusty. She quickly held my hands. Her voice cracked like dry sticks.
The earth remembers, the oaths will drink blood.
Then the calabash slipped from her fingers and shattered, palm oil spreading in the dust like fresh blood. The palm oil spilled on some market women's goods. Everywhere went cold. My heart pounded. This was no coincidence. Both our families caused this union. My father swore to disown me. We still stood strong amidst all the trials. I was too scared, so Obiora suggested I followed him back to his father's house. He was able to sneak me into his hut. My brothers stormed his father's compound and they threatened to drag me back home. Immediately I got there. They started scattering things and demanding for me. They shouted, paced around, and rained curses at him and his family while at it. That same night, he told me he had a dream. He stood in an endless forest, and from the shadows came Allah, the oath keeper. It was a reflection of red smoke, something he had never seen before. Tall, shiny, and huge. The voice sounded like many voices at once. You cannot outrun the grave. Choose your bloodline or drown in it. Up soaked in sweat. But even fear could not kill love.
Even I wondered how far we were capable of going for the sake of love. Before dawn, Obiora and I ran to the riverbank to find a canoe that would take us to the neighboring village, Isiala. We had planned to elope. The morning mist hugged the water like a shroud. But then I heard them. Drums. No drummers, just drums. They came from nowhere and everywhere at the same time. Obiora stumbled. I screamed. The river changed, glowing red though no sun had risen yet. From the mist, it came taller than a man. It was red like fire. I remember the dream Obiora described to me the past night. It was the same figure. Then suddenly, we heard a strange voice. The voice was deep, ancient, and it said, "This love will drown you in blood. Be warned." Immediately, the canoe cracked like dry wood in harmattan. Water rushed in cold and angry, and we struggled to keep afloat. I clung to Obiora. My wrapper was heavy with river water. He tried to paddle with his hands, but the river fought back. Waves rose, but no wind blew. From the mist, I saw ancestral masquerade faces on the surface of the water. Not men, but spirits with carved marks. "Go back," a voice boomed. "Go back." But there was no one on the shore. I screamed, "Obiora!" I heard his hand tight as the canoe gave way. For a moment, the water turned blood red. I knew then it was not just a warning. This was judgment. We managed to crawl ashore, coughing and shivering. My heart raced. I thought we had escaped, but the sounds of drum followed us into the forest. The trees twisted as if alive, roots blocking our path. From every shadow, I felt the eyes of ancestors, angry that their oath was broken. Obiora stumbled. I was whispering prayers. His lips turned white with fear. Then, voices, human this time, my brothers, carrying torches, attacked us through the bush.
"You will not bring this curse on Umudi and Papa," they shouted. I grabbed Obiora's hand and we ran deeper into the night, chased by both the living and the dead. Dawn broke as we reached the edge of the sacred grove, a place where no one dared to farm or even fetch firewood. I was too weak to run, so he carried me in his arms, but I knew it was too late. A cold wind rose and the forest fell silent. Then Allah appeared, shining, its marks glowing like embers. He said,
"Blood for blood, oath for oath."
The voice was not human. My body froze. I clung to him, trembling. Obiora tried to shade me, but the earth itself opened. I felt roots wrapped around my legs. The ground was opening. I cried out. The ground was opening. Then my voice was swallowed by the rushing sound of water and drums. Obiora held me until the last moment, until everything went dark.
And now, I speak from beyond, to tell you, no, to warn you. Never swear against the earth. Never fight the will of the ancestors. They will come for you, and they won't stop.